And now we're getting to the creme de la creme here, man. We got this fight. This is a gem of a fight, man. Beneil Dariush taking on Mateusz Gamrot. And Beneil Dariush, he's one of the most underrated and underappreciated fighters in the UFC right now. He's had a lot of ups and downs in the UFC. He's been with the company since 2014, but currently he's won 7 fights in a row. Looking to pull a Charles Oliveira type title run. Beneil, I think, never was down as bad as Charles was, and he always was in the rankings for the most part throughout his career, but a lot of people have forgotten about when he got knocked out by Edson Barbosa, went to a draw with Evan Dunham, and then got knocked out by Alex Hernandez in a 3 fight span. Dariush was even contemplating retirement after the Hernandez loss, but he picked himself up off the canvas and he hasn't lost since. He went on a 4 fight win streak, or a 4 fight finish streak after beating Thiago Moises by decision. 2 of those finishes were over Scott Holtzman and Drakkar Klose, and they were knockout of the year contenders. And they got him in the mix. He took out a tough Diego Ferreira, who was also on a 6 fight winning streak at the time. And then he beat Tony Ferguson last May. And since then, Dariush, he had a tough time staying healthy. He suffered an ankle injury. He was preparing to fight Islam Makhachev. That fight was going to be in February. And being so high in the rankings, it's hard to just throw him in as a short notice replacement or against just anyone. And that led to a frustrating wait for Dariush, who I think has been healthy for a little while now, winning the fight. But finally, after a year and 5 months, they're giving Dariush a fight. He's going to be fighting Mateusz Gamrot. And Mateusz Gamrot has not been in the UFC very long, but his pedigree outside the UFC, coupled with his performances since getting in the organization, granted him a quick climb to the top of the division. Gamrot has only had 5 UFC fights in comparison to Dariush's 20. But before coming into the UFC, Gamrot was a 2 division KSW champion. He was already 17-0. He did have some shine knocked off him in his UFC debut when he lost split decision. But since then, he's won 4 fights in a row. Most recently, he defeated Arman Tsarukyan in a main event, which got him in the mix for a title shot. And the fight with Tsarukyan was incredible. It was a fight of the year candidate. So if Gamrot can have another action-packed fight, come out the winner, I could see him being 1 fight away, if not next for the title after Alex Volkanovski. I personally think it's crazy that the UFC is granting Alex Volkanovski the immediate title shot against the winner, if what Dana's saying is true, because if Beneil Dariush beats Gamrot and makes it 8 in a row, what more does the guy have to do to get the title shot? But Beneil Dariush and Mateusz Gamrot, they're both high-level grapplers, so the scrambles and groundwork, much like Gamrot's last fight, will be amazing to watch. On the feet, Mateusz Gamrot is very mobile. He likes to switch stances, feint a lot. His best weapons do tend to come from southpaw, but he tries to get a lot of fighters to chase him so he can hit that low single. Good job of working that jab or the lead hook. And basically he tries to, throw the jab or throw feints to get guys to throw at him so he can counter with pull twos. And he has decent 1-2s. And he'll stay active with the kicks. He'll throw leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks, some front kicks. But really not a powerful striker. He just tries to chip away at you, stay active enough to keep you honest, and then work the takedown. I feel Dariush will win that battle on the feet long term. And Dariush is going to be the fighter going forward, landing the heavier shots on the feet. So Gamrot's definitely going to want to get this to the ground. Mateusz Gamrot, he has super fun wrestling. He has one of the best low singles in the game, which makes it almost virtually impossible to counter with the knee or an uppercut. So it's a very safe takedown. And he has very good chain wrestling. His scrambling ability is top notch. With that single leg, he has a lot of ways he could finish the takedowns from there. But that's really what you have to worry about. He's not really going to try to take you down against a cage or go double or anything. Doesn't really have a great body lock game. But he also has a high-level BJJ acumen, but he uses that more in terms of trying to control you on top. He doesn't really have a ton of submissions in MMA. His takedown defense scrambling ability is really, really good. It was on full display in his last fight. He's absolutely exceptional and almost impossible to hold down on the ground. Against Beneil Dariush, he's going to be up against another man. He's an extremely good grappler, jiu-jitsu guy. I don't think that Gamrot is going to be able to hold down Dariush. I've seen Dariush use omoplatas, leg locks, straight scrambles, and get up, and he's super good at it. I've seen other fighters against Gamrot use those techniques to get back to their feet that I don't think are as good at it as Dariush is. So Gamrot's going to have to be content with knowing that if he gets takedown early, he's probably not going to get much control time. Gamrot's cardio is elite, and he has to weaponize that here. I feel as if if it was a 5-round fight, Gamrot would have a better chance to win. And I do think he's a 5-round fighter. I think he excels in longer fights, but he needs to try to go for a lot of takedowns and really try to get Dariush tired, get his striking a little bit less dangerous, and get Beneil kind of thinking about the takedown so he doesn't throw as much. But for Beneil Dariush, he's a well-rounded southpaw. He has a dangerous striking game, and his grappling is incredible in his own right. He's a pressure fighter. He's going to be coming forward, tracking down Gamrot. He has a great check hook, nice straight left and overhand left. He's great at pressuring, feigning the level change, keeping fighters off balance, and using his jab or double jab to open up the left hand. He's going to have the reach advantage in this one, which should help. And he throws with ill intent and definitely has the power edge in this fight. He's good at hanging in the pocket. He has exceptional upper body movement, great eyes, good at just sliding right out of the way of punches without moving his feet, staying planted and ready to counter right away, and makes him super dangerous in the pocket and in exchanges. Dariush would throw some heavy kicks as well to the legs, body, and head. He isn't as active as kicker as Mateusz Gamrot, but Dariush makes his kicks count when they land. He's good knees up the middle too. When he targets the body with his lower legs, he's deadly. He dropped Diego Ferreira to the body twice in their fight. And Beneil Dariush also has a wild streak about him. He likes to throw down and get in the mud. That has got him knocked out a couple times, but it's also got him some highlight reel KOs. He had a brutal spinning back fist knockout over Scott Holtzman. Had a really incredible knockout where he got hurt and then just marched forward like a Terminator, caught the car close and knocked him out. And Dariush in this fight needs to keep the pressure, try to back up Gamrot, force bad takedown attempts. Dariush should not have any worries grappling with Gamrot, and if he can get on top, get him tired by hanging on the neck or just stuffing takedowns, then he could sort of take over on the feet and have more effect there. And I do think it'll be good optics for the judges if he can get Gamrot to shoot some bad takedowns, defend him, make him get back up to his feet, and be the guy pressuring coming forward. And Beneil Dariush has been using his wrestling and grappling to make fights easy in his last couple wins. He's had matchups against guys he knew he was superior wrestlers then and just pressured, took him down, and controlled him on top. And he has excellent top control. And I think if either fighter will be able to control, it'll be Beneil. I think Dariush in this fight may use some wrestling, but I don't see it being a big part of his game plan. I think Dariush is going to win and make this fight more of a war on the feet. Dariush hasn't fought many wrestlers in his career, and he's hardly been taken down. The times I have seen him briefly on bottom in full guard, he seems super active, will attack submissions to work back up to his feet, has a really, really good leg lock game. He almost got Tony Ferguson in a leg lock. I've seen him attack leg locks against Diego Ferreira and be effective with them to be able to use them to change position. And Dariush has gotten submitted once, which came against Michael Chiesa, where he gave his back in a scramble and got submitted, but I don't see Gamrot posing that type of threat. He is a good jiu-jitsu guy, but he's not someone that's an opportunistic back taker and an opportunistic submission artist like Chiesa. And Beneil Dariush has always had good cardio, but I feel like he's come in even better shape recently. His last fight with Diego Ferreira was fought at a very high pace, and Dariush has been getting ready for Islam Makhachev for a while. He should be ready cardiovascularly for a grappling heavy fight to defend a lot of takedowns. Islam's wrestling is completely different than Mateusz Gamrot's, but the fact that he's also southpaw like Gamrot and he wants to take him down a lot and push that wrestling and grappling pace gives me the feeling that Beneil has a little bit of an advantage in terms of preparation because he's had months to get ready for it. I'm going to go with the veteran here to get the upset, Beneil Dariush. I feel like he's getting disrespected here, and he, rightfully so. I think he deservedly so believes that, and I think he's going to make a statement in this fight. Prove his grappling and wrestling acumen, show people that he can compete with the best people in the world on the ground and then have the better striking in this particular matchup. Gamrot's a fighter I really like. I bet on him and cashed him as a big underdog in his last fight with Arman Sarukian, but I think Dariush is getting disrespected a bit here. I think the grappling is a little bit of a wash, and Dariush clearly has the edge in the stand-up. He has more experience. He has the urgency to win here with his age, tenure in the company. And I think he'll deliver, get the job done. And I say takes a decision 29-28 or 30-27.